is a Bramble Jam podcast. Hi, I'm Bran, and I love the Chicken Sisters.
Hi, I'm Jax, and I like the Chicken Sisters.
Hi, I'm Dan, and so long, Chicken Sisters. And this is the Deck the Hallmark podcast.
Deck the Hallmark, it's his podcast.
Brandon and friends host this podcast. We hope you like this jolly podcast.
Well, we did it, y'all. We did it.
Heck yeah, we did.
Season finale, another season of the Chicken Sisters in the books. And we're here to break it down.
That's right.
Jax, how are you doing today?
I'm doing really good, y'all. I'm really hoping that this isn't the end of our beloved Chicken Sisters, but we haven't heard. Wait, you haven't heard anything?
I haven't. I feel very, like, seeing how Hallmark's operating, I feel pretty confidently about it. And I hate that because I'll give it to you my hot take, but I think this is the best TV show they've ever made. So there's that. And the fact that the numbers aren't great and the fact that they still have When Calls the Heart on the air.
You think it's better than The Way Home?
I do. Stem to stern. I think the first season of The Way Home is probably better than anything this show has done. But these two seasons as a whole and how they've told a story, better than The Way Home as a whole by a long shot.
Wow.
Yes.
Ren, you sound like you don't agree.
No, I don't agree. But
You think those last two seasons of The Way Home, the Gilded Age season, The Way Home didn't bring it down enough for you?
No.
You really?
No.
You've
Wow.
never complained once on this show like you complained about that season of Way Home. The first season's really strong though.
Yeah,
The first
I like season 3.
The first season of The Way Home is stronger than this. The mystery was really strong. It still made sense. Everybody cared. But seasons 2 and 3 are just throwing darts blind at a board. So there you go.
And not saying you can't do that.
No, you can do that.
No.
Yeah.
You're just not going to have consistent results, I don't think.
Well,
Dangerous, but you
well,
could
I don't.
do it.
Let's give the blind community a chance.
Okay. All right.
I mean,
These are blindfolded people. Okay.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes.
I didn't know that. You didn't say that, and I
Yeah.
didn't know that. And I am sorry. I apologize.
No, don't catch
No,
me in
But
that.
actually, I'm glad you gave Dan an opportunity to clarify
That's
that.
right. Thank you. No, that's important.
100%.
Yeah.
Let's talk Chicken Sister season 2, episode 8. I do, y'all.
I do, y'all.
I do, y'all.
I do.
It originally aired on a Sunday, September 28th, and it went a little something like this. Amanda, Frankie, and Sergio, they come running up to Nancy's house to check on her and Gus. Remember, on account of the storm.
On account of the storm
On
and
account
all,
of the storm.
y'all.
They're shocked to see that Frank Jr. is there, and he's being nice. They're like, what's happening here? The house isn't safe to stay in, and so they all head to May's house. Amanda tells Frankie that she and Sergio might be more than friends, and Frankie is like, oh, wow, that's shocking. It's not shocking. Apparently, there was a town-wide betting pool going on when those two lovebirds were going to get together.
Totally makes sense.
Frank Jr. gives his boss a fake recipe for the chicken. He's fighting for his family, y'all.
Y'all, that's right.
May and Jay have something big to tell the family. More on that soon. Amanda meets with the publisher again about the book. This time, she brings another one of the people on the company, and he says that he wants to appeal to the plain Jane mother, and that does not sit well with Amanda. She tells him right off, there's no such thing as an average mother. She tells him to kick rocks, and the original publisher that she met with is like, you know what, I'm kind of with that. Smiles and says, that's good. They're called over to see what happened to Mimi's. This is the big news.
Yeah, here we go.
Mimi's is absolutely destroyed. They have an impromptu funeral of sorts for Mimi's. But instead of sitting around feeling sorry, they all get to work on getting the back area ready for the wedding, including Frank Jr. and Sergio working together. What's up, bro?
What's up, bro?
Shauna tells Amanda that she's written a successful book under a pen name, and she'd like to publish her book as her next big thing. May asks Gus to walk her down the aisle, and she wants to wear Gus's favorite dress that she had growing up. The wedding is wonderful, and they kiss. At the reception, Frank Jr. apologizes to Amanda and hands her the divorce papers he has signed. She promptly goes over and slow dances with Sergio, and now that the papers have been signed, now they kiss. They kiss. They waited. It's all above board. Flash forward to 2 months later. The railroad arms are getting fixed, and Nancy is considering a run to be the mayor. Amanda sees a mock-up of her book and is loving it. And Frank Jr. dies. I don't know, falls from a tree, it's bad. And that, my friends, was The Chicken Sisters, Season 2, Episode 8.
Yep. Yeah, it was.
I do, y'all.
I got it. I nailed it.
Let's take a break. We'll come back. We'll break this episode down here on
Deck the Hallmark.
Welcome back, everybody. We're talking about the Season 2 finale of The Chicken Sisters. We're going to start with a hot take, so we're sure exactly how we felt about this episode of television. We're not going to hold back, and you can't make us. You can't.
Nothing.
We're not going to budge on this.
No.
I'm going to start with you, Jax. Jax, Season 2, the finale, the series finale, who can say? But what did you think about this episode and how it wrapped everything up?
I mean, look, we have Gus walking May down the aisle, which I remember Dan saying, rightfully so, that if it wasn't Gus walking her down the aisle alone,
That's right.
without Jack from Jag, he would riot.
That's
I don't
right.
know if you said he would riot,
I'd
but
be
he
real
said it would
upset.
be
Yeah.
a travesty, he'd be upset. That's not what we have. We had this beautiful moment. And when May is wearing Gus's yellow dress, that really got me emotional. I was like, there's just something just beautiful in there. I love that, Matthew James Dowden, as much as I adore him as, the preacher, we just get Mama Nancy getting ordained by the Universal Life Church. And she doesn't say, man and wife, husband and wife, for a man and a woman to come together. She says people who love each other. She says, I pronounce you married. Loving all that. Just firing all cylinders. Love how Frank Jr. signs the divorce papers. Shauna, of course, incredible as always. Of course, she has published some erotic fiction. I love that for her. I love that we're not publishing with this dorky, mean, douchey guy. We're just gonna let the women do everything. And I guess Frank Jr. is dead.
I mean,
I don't know.
To die, right?
They would.
Do you think so? Wait, do you guys really think so? I just don't know. And I know he died
I don't
in the
think
book.
so on the Hallmark channel.
It just is one of these things that
he dies in the book?
He was dead.
He's already dead.
Yeah, he's
interesting,
already dead in the book.
Yeah, but that's interesting.
Yeah.
That makes me believe that maybe they might.
They literally they do everything they can to tell you he's dead without actually pronouncing him dead, which means he's alive. But he literally stops, his hand is
I think he should
moving,
die.
and then he stops.
There's nothing else to do with that character.
None.
Kill him.
None. Yeah.
Kill him. You won't. Kill him. I like this episode overall. I think they did a lot of things well. They wrapped up stuff as well as you can. Is it ridiculous that they were able to get everything ready to go for the wedding as quick as they did? You betcha it is. But whatever. The wedding was nice. All the wrap-ups were nice. And if they really did kill Frank Jr., then double nice. There's a lot to like about this episode. And they did enough to, I think, wrap up a lot of the storylines if this is the series finale. And they did a couple things there at the end to sprinkle in the possibility, hey, if we do have a season 3, we do have some places that we can go. But yeah, if this is it and they wrapped up everything, and you can assume that Frank died. And I think that's a good finale. But obviously they did a couple things there at the end to be hey, we do have stories that we can continue to tell. Should it be possible? Dana?
Yeah, I agree. legitimately landed the plane pretty perfectly on all the major themes of this television program and all the major cliffhangers on what would happen, such as, will, she get married? Will she get this publishing gig? Will, what's her name? Wendy Malick, I don't remember. I always forget her. Gus. If Gus's character is going to be okay, or what's coming there vis-a-vis MS. We get a
lot of letters,
a lot of answers, all the ones we really needed. Now, would I watch, unless it just got really bad, would I watch another season of the beautiful character development that they've done throughout this season? Looking back, the first season doesn't hold a candle to this season, because this season was like, we don't have to have some big thing. We can tell our theme, and we can bring feminism to a small southern town, and we can do all that just by developing really good characters with really good actors. The cliffhanger element of it is barely trying. I don't need to see if Nancy becomes mayor. She found her power. She found her truth. She is an empowered woman who thinks for herself, speaks her mind, does all those things. And it'd be cool if she ran for mayor. I don't think it's necessary. I think she is mayor. She's Mayor Nancy. That's what she is. I don't know if I want another season or not. I would gladly watch it. I don't think there's a reason for one. I also think Hallmark's going to cancel it, and I don't want to get my hopes up. But there's a lot to like in this episode. All the big emotional moments pay off. My one big negative here, and Jax, you said this first, so I do want to give you credit, is I had no use, and I disagreed completely with the redemption of Frank Jr. Some characters need to not be redeemed to remind you, why it's good to be good. You know what I mean? Why, things that you do and say have an impact on people. I don't think that needs to happen often, but there's a lot of resonance and there's a lot of catharsis by realizing this guy is just, in his heart of hearts, just want things to stay the same way. Because if they change, then his dominance on the culture market is going to be equal. It's going to be taken away. Things are going to be equal, and it's going to feel like oppression to him. And they're not going to do that. They just pop right over that. So that's a little disappointing for a show that's sometimes been overt with its themes. But aside from that and us giving like having Frank fall, just lay in the plane and have it to where you don't have any regrets as a TV executive producer. Because if they said yes on a season 3, you could give them one. You're good at this job, whomever you are out there writing and producing and show running. But don't make lame kind of half attempts at stuff like, will Nancy be mayor? She's the most decisive person in a town. Like, of course she's going to be mayor. So that's a little bit of what's the reverse of a silver lining. This is really good stuff with a few minor, like, why'd you do it?
It is time for all the feels. We're talking about what in this episode gave us feels. I'll start with you, Jax.
The little going away send-off funeral that they had for Mimi's, I thought was quite beautiful and touching. Of course, the moment where May steps out of the car and Gus sees her wearing her dress, I was just extremely emotional.
Car was a great touch there. Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness. Like, and then when they were doing their vows and Jay starts telling May, everything that her mama has said about her, I was just so touched. So there were so many times during this where I got choked up. Even when Frank Jr. gave those, and I guess he's Frank Jr. again now, gave those divorce papers, I thought it was very well done. So well done that I was like, please don't do anything weird, like try and kiss her.
Yeah.
Fair.
So those were all firing on all cylinders for me in this episode.
Yeah, obviously the wedding stuff worked. It just does. The Gus, May, all of it, and the journey that they've had as characters and also as mother-daughter from the beginning of season 1 until now has been great. And the scene on the dance floor with the kiss between Amanda and Sergio and the flirty banter between the two of them before the kiss. Great scene. Dano?
Yeah, I really liked the car in the wedding. I thought the town getting together and getting everything ready for the wedding, which we've got thoughts in the wait what section, but the idea of, you're starting, this show has done such a good job of introducing you to the community. So When Calls the Heart is like, we've got a starting 5 and we got to give one of them the main time. And the other 4 to 6, we have to see them. And then there's 3 or 4 other characters that we'll pepper in. This show manages to have a major plot that can involve 3, 4, 5, 6 members of this family, and then also find a way to utilize the sheriff, utilize Shauna, utilize this terrible franchise owner, to utilize, Rukia Bernard. And they do it in a way that makes you feel that all these people live here and they live here. Whereas when I watch When Calls the Heart, and it's such a smaller town, I'm like, Mei Su's going to be prevalent in this episode. And then you won't see her, or maybe just a line. And like, there's something about the way they create a community that it makes sense when they all get together to make this wedding possible. And I really enjoyed that.
Let's take a break. We'll come back. We'll get to the wait what's and the chicken or fried.
Chicken or fried, yes. The final chicken of the week.
Chicken of the week.
That's
Here
right.
on
Deck to Hallmark.
We're back. Hi, welcome. It's great to see you and to be seen by you. You don't know this, but we can actually see you.
We can see you in your homes right now.
Yeah, so just, something to be mindful of.
Things are going great.
Something to be mindful of. Let's get to the wait what is where we talk about what in this episode made us go wait what. I'll start with you, Jax.
Yeah, I think right at the top, which you guys have already alluded to, or not even alluded to, you just straight up said it. The how's it going, bro? Was so painful.
It was so
and look,
brutal.
I know what they're doing, but it was almost like embarrassing, even though I know what they were doing. Like something about it just felt embarrassing, and I couldn't get my way out of it. I also, this is more of a me thing. I love Sergio and I love Amanda, and it's not that I don't like them together, but like I was not at all like hot for this kiss. All I could think about is that you're kissing at your sister's wedding for the first time when your ex just handed you the divorce papers. I don't know. Like I couldn't get on board with it. Whereas in season 1, I was like really hot for the adultery. So I guess that says more about me than the show.
Sure.
What a way to say it though, Jax.
I mean,
There's one thing you know about Jax. She's hot for adultery.
She's only into it if there's just a little something wrong.
Yeah.
Just a little something wrong with it. Now that it's all something.
Yeah.
It just seems a little strange to me. And then also, well, you know what? I will save this for chicken fried.
Yeah. So we do find out that there was a pool of sorts, not a swimming pool. I don't care about the pool so much as I do about the fact that Frankie says that she would win if this is the day that the Lord has made, and they are now saying that they are together. She would win the pool, which this is insider trading. She should not be allowed to participate in the pool. If she can sway the vote, if she can say, hey, Mom, if you do me a solid, wait a day or something like that, she has quite the poll here. She should not be in this betting
it's
pool.
1,000 large.
This is insider trading. She should not be allowed. Someone should have called into question the legit, like her being allowed to do this is just wrong. It's just and not to mention wrong in general to make this a pool that you could participate in on when 2 people are going to get together. But she definitely shouldn't be allowed because she has too much sway. Sabrina, she's back. How'd she survive the tornado? Who knows? And who cares? But she gets out there, sees the people are working. She lets out a scream, and then she tells people to stop working so that she can then say, hey, let's get to work. Like they were already doing the thing. And then she says, everyone stop. We're gonna do this now, okay? And they're like, I mean, we were already like we're pretty far along at this point. I don't know why we have to stop just to tell us to get going again. And then last but not least, we are coming up on the year anniversary. Maybe we just hit the year anniversary of Hurricane Helene hitting this area and knocking out power for a week here and much longer elsewhere. this town
Merrimack,
is
yeah.
doing great.
They're doing great.
Post tornado. They don't have any power issues.
None. Good to go.
Power's
Even during
great.
it, as I pointed out last
Yeah,
week.
this is I wish I wish this was the way that it was. This town being in as good a shape. This tornado seems to have picked on Mimi's, which is everywhere around it is fine. It's like Mimi's, it's your mine now.
And Gus's house. That's it.
What a specific.
It's like Job.
Yeah, what a specific tornado this is. And also shout out to the power company of Merrimack. You guys are above and beyond and
Crushing
come
it.
down here. We'd love to find out how you do what you're doing. Dano?
Yeah, two about Gus. One is this woman's a hoarder. I don't know if you remember that from last season, but being a hoarder is a lot of mental illness, and you don't just get over it by some symbolic burning of something. I think that's what they want you to think. Although there's a brief moment where she breaks back out the hoarding in this season. Gus, when she finds out her original restaurant has been torn down by a tornado, walks in the rubble, cries, and then goes, all right, let's get back to work. And I love that. I love that attitude. I love that she's grown. I'm not buying it. This is the most important physical thing in her life. You can't expect her less than a year later, from having her house jam full of stuff that's old and probably bringing in mold and bugs and stuff, to just be like, my baby, my tangible baby of things it's no more, and it'll never be again. And I've lost most of the things I left in there. All right, we had our time. Let's suck it up and move along. I had a problem with that. Also had a problem with, and this is the first time this has happened, had a problem with Margot Martindale's narration, because when Gus enters the restaurant that has been torn down, she says, well, Gus had never been much for crying, only when it really deserved. Basically, Gus isn't a crier. That is such a weird thing to say when she cries 3 times in this episode, and I think 3 other times this season. And I'm not saying, listen, I think this show has proven that you should cry. Like, this show has proven how important it is to show your emotions and share your emotions, and how that can be healing. It's a weird line for that perspective, but it's even a weirder line for the person that's probably cried most this season. I don't know why that was it. I don't know why that was the thing. Let her like embrace the importance of emotion. I couldn't believe it. Can you imagine having what amounts to a contract negotiation with your daughter and mother-in-law standing right in front of you and behind the person negotiating with you the whole time? Like, she's supposed to be negotiating what appears to be a 6-figure deal. And you don't know to the end of the scene, but her daughter and her mother-in-law are standing back there behind her, like 6 feet away, just staring, watching the whole thing. Like, what? I didn't know that was the thing that was happening.
Give me some space.
Yeah. Like, I can relay what happens to you later. And I don't want to spend too much time on this, but the contestant pool about Amanda doesn't add up. Everyone's betting on when she and Sergio are going to announce they're together. Well, when is that officially happening? Is that when she tells her daughter in private? Is that when they come out to the public and say it? Is that when they dance at the wedding? Like, I don't understand how you could track this. Like, they're not supposed to come out like, they're a celebrity couple and make an announcement at a podium. No. I just don't know how that works. And then actually, this is lastly, I'll say it now because it is a wait what. The idea that Kitchen Clash aired, no one came to their restaurant. Literally no one showed up all season because they saw the television program. No one. And then all of a sudden, months later, all the people who had ever watched it and wanted to go to Merrimack show up at one time. And that's maybe as bad as this show gets.
Yeah, what was that?
That was so weird. Right? Weird. Am I wrong on that, Jax?
No, it is weird. It doesn't make sense at all.
It's like, did it just air internationally? Is that what they were getting at?
Like that. That's a good point, Brand.
But the other people in line were American. Like, you heard some of them talking. That's like the dumbest. Like, when a show comes out, that place is packed the next day.
Like it's not like it's taking time for word to travel.
No.
Yeah.
Real bad.
Let's get to chicken or fried. Is where we talk about the things
good
that are
stuff.
chickening us or frying us. You guys get it. We do. I know that much. Jax?
I feel both. I feel chicken and fried chicken. It's going to be interesting to see if Hallmark is going to give us another season. I really hope that they will. We shall see. If they don't, I am bummed that I never got to see Frankie Jr. get with her little girlfriend, Sabrina's daughter.
No resolution there. They even tried.
No, right? Like they like
even have them like dancing together at the wedding or something.
Dancing together, or even just being girls together.
Yeah.
I was like, what a bummer. But yeah, these 4 women are truly incredible together. You know what? Especially Shauna.
That's right.
I just love the women of this show, and I really, really hope that we can see it continue. So I'm still not sure the difference between chicken fried. It gets more confusing every week.
Nah, you get it. You get it. Yeah.
No.
Guys, I'm fried. I'm not saying anyone deserves to die, right?
Oh boy.
No.
But if anyone did, it'd be Frank Jr.
This is mine too.
Like going on that ladder. There's ladder 101, right? You need somebody to spot you, first of all. And 2, that ladder is a real tall boy. I don't know where, you don't just have that one lying around.
That's a 50
That's a tall boy. Yeah. And then to go up there with only a handsaw.
I think it's electric, but it is very small. Yeah.
Well, he's going like this.
You move it as it's on.
Okay.
But I mean, either way, it doesn't matter. It's the wrong saw for the job.
It's the wrong saw for the job. And it's a miracle that he didn't immediately fall. First of all, it took, 10 seconds, but you're asking for it. You are asking for it if you get on that type of ladder up against that tree, doing the type of work that he was doing. He's just not prepared for it.
Wait, so do you think that he actually meant?
No, I don't think so.
No. He's a doofus. Yeah, he's a doofus.
I think, this is proof that maybe he is still the Frank Jr. that we know and love. That's like, I'm a man. I can do anything that I can do it. You can't do that. You don't mess with trees like that. Like there's just some things that you don't do yourself. And that type of tree work is that's one of those things. You don't mess with that. So
you guys know more about tree work than I would. I'll take your word for it.
Sure. Yeah.
Oh yeah. We're big tree work boys. So I'll go a step further, Brand. Frank, I don't know. You can put this as chicken and fried. I don't care. Frank Jr.'s death was hysterical. Quote me. This guy up there in his ASIC gels, classic ladder climbing shoe, the ASIC gel. Everybody knows it. Everybody knows it. Not only has a saw that would take him literal weeks to trim that tree, he's leaning at a branch that is the smallest branch on the tree that probably doesn't need to be trimmed at all. And he's going above him to cut off a branch that 100% does not mean it does not need to be trimmed. Next, professional tree trimmers, they tie a rope when they're that high and then tie themselves around the ladder, which is tied to the rope. This guy is untied, no spotter, wobbly ladder, Asics gels, bad ladder. If that is not a recipe for hysterical pratfall, I don't know what is. I love a goof.
You love a goof.
And that is a goof.
That's a goof.
It is like, who would be more inept to send up that ladder in Asics gels, untied to a wobbly ladder to cut off a branch that doesn't need to be trimmed? No one.
No.
It is classic Frank Jr.
Frank
dying.
Jr. is who he thought he was. We thought he was.
Hysterical. Yeah. I laughed aloud, and I'm not even sad about it. It was hysterical.
It's a funny fall.
Yeah.
It's a funny
and
fall.
You guys both do you think that he's on like life support and they'll get to say goodbye to him?
If they make another show, he will definitely not be dead. I think the book having him dead is maybe a chance, but realistically, I just can't imagine them coming back and not having him live because it's Hallmark.
Yeah, I mean, my concern is that he's on life support, right? And he like lives, but he is like basically like a vegetable, right? And then like I'm sure that Amanda will feel responsibility to care for him and whatnot. And then it's like, you know, it's
so stupid.
it gets more melodramatic at that point.
Yep.
You know?
Agreed.
It's time for the final chicken of the week of the season, potentially forever. And I don't like saying that as much as anyone else, but it's a very real possibility. Dan, who do we have this week?
It's weird that it worked out this way, Bran. Here's all I have. I have my name is Sally Finale. That's all it says. Doesn't say anything else. Sally Finale is who we've got this week, which that works great.
Truest Tales.
Truest Tales.
True as Tales.
True as Tales?
Yes.
What? Tails or false?
No, heads or tails.
Heads or tails?
That exists.
Yes. True as tails.
Yes.
What does that mean for heads?
It's true as heads as well. That's another way to say it. It's two heads of a different coin.
But it's two heads of a different God. When
Right.
When tails is true, heads is false by how that coin flip works.
You're overthinking the room.
I
here, brother.
clearly am. Anything you need to tell us, Sally?
Yes, I do a
found?
couple things. One, there's some misinformation out there about me. Okay.
Okay.
So, December 17th, 2023. Where were you?
I was probably watching or recording an episode of Deck the Hallmark or watching a Christmas movie.
Possibly, right? But you don't know for sure.
I mean, depending on the time of the day. If that's all you give me, I can tell you I was almost surely in a podcast studio.
But do you think every layman could?
Every layman could what?
No, I don't think so.
Thank you, Jax. Yeah.
You're welcome.
Last year, someone asked me, well, actually, it was honestly a couple months ago. Someone asked me where I was on December 17th, 2023, and I couldn't do it. And I was then convicted of murder. Because I couldn't prove it.
A chicken.
Yes.
Sally Finale.
Yes, Buck.
True as Tails, Buck. Were convicted of murder?
Yes, sir.
How did the person,
Pecked
not you.
to death.
What?
Pecked to death.
Pecked to death.
Yes.
And what was the person that got murdered's name?
Charles.
Charles. Yeah.
Dickens.
And
Charles Dickens.
how cold was it in the room when it happened?
It was outside, which I know doesn't look good for me.
Knowing that information
There's a
look
lot here that doesn't look good for me.
Doesn't look great. Did you happen to see Charles get murdered?
I did not see Charles Dickens get murdered. No.
Charles, the other Charles, though. The Charles that was pecked to death in December.
Yes, his name is Charles Dickens.
His name is Charles Dickens?
Yes, I've said it 3 times now.
He got pecked to death.
Got pecked to death.
Charles
Thank you, Jax.
Dickens.
Yeah, not that Charles Dickens.
Not that Charles Dickens.
And they think just because I couldn't place where I was.
Because you've got a beak.
I got a beak.
And you were
I
there.
lived near there.
Was it in the chicken coop? Outside the chicken coop?
It was in or around the chicken coop. Yes, but I wasn't
Any other
there.
chickens there?
No, they've all been pecked to death as well.
Okay, so there's...
And I have pecked them to death, and I do want that on the record. But
so the one chicken that pecked all the other ones to death that was there with Charles
I wasn't
Dickens
there.
in the coop. Where were you if you weren't in the coop?
Yes, this is the problem. I can't place it. There's a gap in my memory.
You know what? I actually believe you because for several reasons.
Yes.
I believe you because if you really had done it, you would make up an alibi, but it's actually very honest just to say, I don't remember because a lot
Well,
of
and
The
I've also
mystery maven
Jax-
over here is saying that because you don't know where you were, it means you didn't
That's right.
do it.
And to Jack's point,
exactly.
thank you, Jax.
You're
First
not
of all,
making it up.
I mean,
I've done a
You're
lot
not
of
just
bad
making-
stuff.
give me some other ones.
Well, I pecked all my brothers and sisters.
I got
to
that
death.
one,
all
yeah.
the other
Yeah.
people to death. Why wouldn't you
I
make picking
also
Charles Dickens to death?
have a drug issue.
What are we doing?
What?
True as Tails.
True as Tales. I didn't do it.
You didn't do it.
And I want that on the
Justice
record.
for Sally Finale.
Thank you. God bless.
I believe you, Sally Finale.
I love the chicken of the week.
Yeah.
I love them.
It's a
Me
good time.
too. And
I
miss
always
it so
just,
much.
I kind of just
But
sit
yes,
back
this
and
is the
enjoy
last
it.
time.
This would've been it.
This might be
Could've been
it.
Listen, that we ever do chicken of the week.
Well, I think we can maybe figure
Possibly.
it out. Yeah.
Jax, we're excited to hang out with you at, first of all, we're excited to hang out with you the next couple
Anytime.
Fridays.
That's right.
For Christmas preview episode. It's going to be a lot of fun. Excited to see you at the
Right.
marathon. Excited to see you this holiday season talking about Netflix Christmas movies.
Cannot wait.
We're excited to hang out more. Is all
We're
I'm trying
excited.
to
It's gonna
say.
be fun.
Yeah.
And
Till
when
next-
calls the heart, baby.
Oh, it's back in January, I think.
Oh.
I don't know if that's been announced or
Oh.
not, but come on back for that. Until then, maybe the first to wish you a
Merry Christmas. Deck to Hallmark's the Bramble Jam podcast produced by Brandon Gray and that Greenville, South Carolina. Find us at decktohallmark.com or decktohallmark.com/YouTube to watch all videos of the podcast. And if you want to listen to this ad-free and every other episode ad-free and maybe find the best corner of the internet, go to bramblejamplus.com. And while you're there, pop on over to Apple Podcasts or Spotify and leave us a review.
God bless.